Okay, hello and welcome to the Oshawa Deal of the Week. So we're going to go over three-unit investment property in Oshawa. I actually went to tour it myself, so I have an actual idea of what it looks like. I'll go through my analysis and a little bit of commentary just so you have an idea of what you're looking at. So the pictures, because I know everyone's dying to see, these are what the pictures look like. Property is newly renovated. I will say newly with an asterisk. Definitely a landlord special. I'm sure you can see some of the paint and some of the fixtures that the landlord has chosen. Definitely livable for sure, but definitely a landlord special to say the least. Okay, so you know what the property looks like. Let's get into the numbers here. So before giving everything away, we will go back to the worksheet. So this property is listed for 636,000. I put the after repair value at the same just to keep the analysis nice and simple. Now, the cheapest or the minimum down payment required for a property like this is going to be 6.5% or just under. I like to use Rate Hub for easy math. You put the purchase price in here in your city, it'll spit out your down payment options, and then the lowest we can go here is 6.07 on a 30-year and 4% interest rate or just below. Bring it back to the deal. We'll put that 6.5 in to be conservative, 4% interest rate to also be conservative, and your 30-year amortization there. That's your financing structure. Next, you're going to go to the purchase cost. How much is it going to actually cost to purchase? I'll budget $1,000 for the home inspection, $500 for the appraisal. Again, these are rough estimates and great to get you started, but you're going to want to firm these numbers up once you get the property under contract. Now, the land transfer tax here is going to be $9,145. The way I found that easily, again, back to Rate Hub, it's got great information. It's going to be right here, your provincial land transfer tax. And if you're a first-time home buyer, you're going to get that $4,000 rebate. We're going to do this example as if you're a first-time home buyer here, and you'll see that $4,000 rebate I gave you there. Your lawyer fees or your attorney fees are going to be $1,500 to budget. Again, that can go up or down depending on who you use and how aggressive your lawyer is involved in the transaction. And no seller credits for this example, but we can always put those in a little bit later. So the rehab cost, remember I did say this is a landlord special, so you're going to want to make sure that you budget for some rehab. I think $2,000 will get you there, and the property is vacant as well, so you can get in there and do the work nice and easy. Now your rental income, $5,900 on a 3-unit property isn't too bad in Oshawa, and I'll show you how I found it. So if you're going to start here, this is going to be your medium rent for 1-bedroom apartments here, around $1,800. And for 2 bedrooms, you're going to be a little higher, around $2,000 in Oshawa. Now, what you see here on this side, I did the numbers here. 1 bedrooms are going to be $1,800. That 2-bedroom is going to be $2,000. There is a 3-bedroom in this property, but it's more like a 2+1. So I'm going to give you them $2,100 for that, which brings us to our total of $5,900 per month. Throw that in there. For the vacancy rate, I'm going to use 5%. I like using 5% because I know single key can guarantee my rental income for that amount. And Oshawa's vacancy rate is a little bit lower than that, around 3 to 5% anyway. So that's a strong number I feel comfortable with. No additional income really seeing on this property here, so I'll leave that blank. Your operating expenses, $4,500 for property taxes. You can take that right from the listing. And yes, Oshawa has crazy property taxes. Insurance, I'm budgeting $250 a month or $3,000 a year. Now, even though you're going to be owner occupying this, I still take a little off the top for property management, 10% for maintenance and CapEx. Utilities are going to be $285. I did get a chance to get the last 12 utility bills from the listing agent, and that works out to $285. It is on a boiler system, so a little bit lower for heating and hydro. They do rent the boiler system, so NACare is $230 a month to rent that system and have it serviced. So that is our operating expenses. And for the long-term stuff, 3% appreciation modestly and 5% on the sale. Again, if you're a realtor, you have realtor access, you can knock that down a little bit more, but that's what you're going to get there. Again, these are base numbers to get you started to see if this property is worth doing a deep dive. So we'll take the property analysis and we'll see what the numbers look like. Honestly, for a 3-unit in Oshawa, I'm not impressed. Like $51,000 is all you need to get into this deal. At almost cash flows $1,000, $868, and a 20% cash on cash return. And if you go all the way to your projections, like I'm looking year 5, you're seeing your return on investment over 300%. Your IRR is over 41.7% in year 5. Even in year 2, you're over 100%. So this is a property I can really get behind. I threw the numbers in here just so you had an idea. and we can check it out on a 20-year. So let's take this, let's up this to 20% down payment. We will keep 4% interest, keep the loan the same, pretty much keep everything else the same there. And we will go see what those numbers look like if you put 20% down. Now, obviously, the cash needed is going to increase significantly, but your cash flow also increases significantly, and your cash on cash goes down as well. So you're going to be at about 137,345. I'm just typing the numbers in on another screen. Cash flow is going to be 1,278. Your cash on cash is going to be 11.2%. What else? Your ROI in year 5, that's this one, this calculator here. ROI is going to be 137.3%, and your IRR is going to be 21.9%. So I'll bring that back in so you can take a look. So those are the comparisons there. So obviously almost triple the amount of money you got to bring. Your cash on cash is in half. Return on investment is in half in year 5, and pretty much everything goes down. The only thing that's different here is your cash flow is way higher. I think your cash flow is around 800 here, so you get about $400 a month. So that's about 4 times 12, $4,800. So that's not bad. So if this is important, the cash flow for you, then I would definitely look at that 20% option. So honestly, not a bad investment. I'm pretty excited for it. But let's show you how I would actually get after this property. So 636 is what it's asking. It's been on the market for like 80 days, and I've looked at what other comparables sell for, especially if that third unit's not legal. I think the number to get this done is 565. And yes, it's a little bit lower. But I've been, buying investment properties for a while, so I kind of know how to lowball and what we would get after this. So 565, I think that's the number that gets it done, especially after speaking to the realtor. So if we bring it back here, just to adjust our numbers, 565, 1, 2, 3. In Oshawa, our minimum down payment is going to be 5.58%. So let's call it 6%. Our land transfer tax will change a little bit, 7,775. I'll put that in a little bit later down there. We'll keep this the same. Here it is. 7,775. Everything else will remain the same. Rehab, rental income, everything like that. Keep everything the same, and then go take a look at what those projections are. So I think that is a killer deal. So screenshot that, take that to the bank with you. 42,000 is all you need. You're under 50,000 to get into this thing. It cash flows $1,000 a month. 32% cash on cash return. Look at the long-term projections on this guy. We are at, bring it down here, 418% on a 5-year and 52% IRR. I think this is an amazing investment. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't like a luxury property. This might not be your forever home, but a property like this, you're able to get into this. Have a really nice cash flow, build some equity. You're not paying rent somewhere else. Because again, even if this, so that's another thing you can do. So if this is your cash flow, $1,000, if you take it back here and let's say you live in this 2-bedroom unit here, that means your all-in cost to live is $1,000. $1,000, you have a 2-bedroom and you're building equity in your house. That's way better than renting somewhere for, even $1,800 building no equity. So this as a house hack, I think it's a great, and even as an investment property, if you have the cash to put 20% down, I think this is a killer deal. So if you want to find out more information about this, if you want to take a look at it yourself, or you want to run some numbers with me, definitely get at me, get in my inbox. You can give me a call, 905-928-4275. Reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or check me out on Google. Just Google Isaiah Henry Real Estate, and you can get in contact with me. But thanks a lot, guys, and looking forward to see you on the next Deal of the Week.